This is the Revolting Blob, and you're watching Cold TV. Ah!
Greetings and suffocation, boils and ghouls, and welcome to this very special Pro Wrestling 60, our Halloween edition, as we are kicking off Halloween week here on Cold TV. As you can see tonight, I am Jason. What the B-roll? Like, I told you I was going to be Jason Voorhees. Like, why are you Jason Voorhees? Like, we can't both be Jason Voorhees.
No, I thought you directly said to me, you said, you can be Jason, and I'll be Freddy. You literally texted that to me.
No. I said, I'm Jason, you can be Freddy.
No, correction. As I'm looking back at the text, it says something about you said you were going to be Jason's foreskin, and so I just assumed that was Freddy.
I hate autocorrect. Well, it's okay because I came prepared. That's right. I'll just do this gimmick. So, well, welcome to our very special Halloween episode of Pro Wrestling 60. And yes, you can tell Halloween week has begun here on Cole TV, one of the most glorious time of years, and we have got an incredible show for you. Of course, you can call me, I guess, tonight, Xlj the Xlj the Ghoul. I even messed my own name up. Along with Mr. Voorhees role, I guess.
Yes,
how are you doing?
Then
again, that's right. You don't actually talk, so I don't know how this gimmick's going to work, brother.
That's true. But you know what?
Are you been choking your chicken? What a way to start the show. Oh, this is prime television. This is what Cole TV is all about. All 5 years we've been doing this, and we still go to cock jokes. Gotta love it. And your cock sounds wore out, sir. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. Because, hey, yes, it is Halloween week here on Cole TV, but a lot happened in the world of professional wrestling, as always, this past week. So that means that we better get right into it. So, Mr. Voorhees roll, if you will, why don't you hit us with that sweet line?
Well, if you remember it. If I don't talk, I don't know how this is going to work.
Then the show's never going to get started.
I just remember
channel your inner B-roll.
I hate water. That's what I remember.
Gatorade? No, wrong movie.
I don't like water. I guess, as B-roll would say, the clock starts now.
There we go. All right, and our top story this week on our very special Halloween episode of PW60. It was a spooky weekend indeed in the world of pro wrestling, as you had all sorts of different Halloween-themed shows all this past weekend in the world of professional wrestling. And let's just break them down. Let's get right into it. And first off, let's talk about on Friday night, GCW and Shotzi Blackheart presented the Shotzi Blackheart's House of Horrors event. This was a fun show. Got to give a shout out to our good buddy Hambone, who was there front and center for this show. I love this show just simply for the fact that everything had like a specialty gimmick to it. And I have to say, I never thought I would say this in all my years of watching pro wrestling, but I actually saw a good blindfold match. Never thought I would say that before. Like Marcus Mathers, you are an impressive young man to say the least. What did you think of House of Horrors, my friend? Or I know this is right up your alley, Mr. Voorhees role.
Yes, I quite enjoyed this show. GCW always delivers, and definitely appreciated the gimmicky matches, and just all the all the show and glamour, if you would.
Mm-hmm.
I love spooky season, so
Oh yeah,
this was right up my alley, and uh,
yeah. You got to see a doorway to hell match for the ultraviolet title with Matt Tremont retaining. Shotzi was in that trick or treat street fight, but I think the match everybody's talking about from this night had to be the main event, the coffin match, as the rivalry between Atticus Cogar and Charles Mason continues on. Of course, Charles Mason had his heavies there and helped him put Atticus Cogar in the coffin. You don't think this is really the end of this rivalry, though, do you? All right.
no, no,
From
of
a
course not.
huge shout out to Atticus Cogar coming out in the Leatherface jacket and coat, man, and the mask, man. That's sick, absolutely sick. Like, and I mean that in the sickest of ways. But you can catch a replay of GCW and Shotzi Blackheart presents House of Horrors, available now over on Triller TV. But that wasn't all the action that took place this past weekend. MLW was in the house with their Sympathy of Destruction show. It's actually their second kind of Halloween themed show of the year too. So they're really into spooky season. But the big story coming out of this show, of course, the continuation of the Opera Cup, as you have Mystico would defeat Austin Aries in the main event to advance to the finals, where Mystico is looking to become a back-to-back winner of the Opera Cup. Of course, also Satoshi Kojima had his hands full with Foldor Jr. and this tag team, the Mads Kroll Kruger and Matt Riddle. I don't get it. They did win by disqualification though. They didn't win those tag titles, but they did win by DQ. So, um, I don't know what to think of the whole Riddle. I want to be done with Riddle. You know my thoughts on that. But I really am enjoying Mad Cruel Kruger as your MLW champion. So, but I don't trust Riddle. I don't trust him. But if you want to catch a replay of this show, you can actually head on over to MLW's YouTube channel. You can catch that there. But there's even more spooky action this past weekend as well. BCW Season of the Witch Show took place from the world famous 2300 Arena this past weekend as well. I was actually at the BCW show a couple years ago where they did the tribute to ECW. So, and it's funny because I got to see Crowbar there at the time, and Crowbar is the current BCW champion. Hell of a matchup with Gangrel in a King of the Damned matchup. But you can catch a replay of this as well over on Triller TV because Triller TV doesn't pay us yet. Speaking of Triller TV, you can also catch this over there as well. Progress Wrestling had their Jump in the Line show. And B-Roll, I got to tell you, this was probably one of my favorite shows of the weekend. Progress just continues to just blow my mind with how good they are. Man, oh man, Leo Rush coming out in that kind of demon gimmick he's been doing here every now and then. It's man like Darius, he had his hands full. Of course, we got also the Will Cruz retaining against Charles Crawley, his Atlas title. I love the opener on this. I talked about them a couple of weeks ago. Hyperactive was in action, and they got a big win on the show, kicking off the show against uh, Lana Star. And well, let's just call them the Minions, because if you know, you know. But also, too, we got to give a shout out. We got new tag team champions as well. But not the only new champion on this show because the unthinkable happened. Because the match I was looking most forward to going into this show, without a shadow of doubt, was for the Progress Women's Championship, who I think pound for pound is the best wrestler going today, Riho. I mean, she's got 3 belts, and she had a hell of a matchup against Rain LaFerguson, who really caught a lot of fire a couple months ago, especially like here in the States, as she was I know she had won or was awarded something with the ID program or something. But nonetheless, the longest reigning Progress Women's Champion has been defeated. I did not see this coming, as Rain LaFerguson is your new Progress Women's Champion. This match went hard, man. It was an incredible affair. I thought for sure that Riho was going to retain, but all it did was just to take that count of 3. It was a small package at the end, and Rain LaFerguson is your new Progress Women's Champion. Congratulations to her. Once again, you can catch a replay of this over on Triller TV. But those are just some of the amazing and spooktacular shows from this past week in the world of pro wrestling. Now, that being said, speaking of spooky, we here at PW60, we want to take a look at some of the spookier moments in the history of pro wrestling. So that being said, check this out.
What's going on, everybody? Dad Hat here, and we're talking spooky season. We're talking Halloween. We're talking about the supernatural, right? And there's a lot of those moments in pro wrestling, but we're going to talk about some of my favorites. One, definitely cemented in that, Halloween landscape, Halloween Havoc. Always one of my favorite pay-per-views. But I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the Chamber of Horrors match and how bad it was, but it's also super entertaining. It has a lot of Hall of Famers in it, so there's one. The second thing that I don't think a lot of people talk about is more in that supernatural realm, is that initial first storyline between Taker and Kane. Taker shooting down the lightning bolts, Kane setting people on fire. It's just cool. It's different, dark, heavy, and I love every moment of it. But yeah, pretty much anything Halloween Havoc, I'm going to be down with. My favorite being 1998, even though to me the match I was looking forward to the most, Sting versus Bret Hart, did not deliver, unlike some of their later matches in 99. But yeah, so Halloween, go enjoy it, be spooky, and trick or treat.
Boo! Scary, yeah, spooky. It's Halloween season. Hey, real quick, I want to talk about something that when I was a young wrestling fan, when I started watching wrestling, that was kind of scary to me. It was cool. You remember when Big Van Vader come out in WCW early, like 1990, and it had the big formal head thing with the elephant face, and he set it down and it was like blowing the smoke, and he's like, and it was kind of scary to me a little bit. Not real scary, but a little bit. But it's still very cool. So there's that. Also, whenever Kamala would come out and he'd just left the belly and had the big headdress on first time, that was kind of scary. So there you go. Happy Halloween. Boo!
PW60. It is your boy, the artist formerly known as Husky Rhodes. Halloween-related wrestling things. Some of my favorites that come to mind were basically any of the WCW Halloween Havoc set designs were always so awesome. Like the early 90s ones where they had like the giant pumpkins on the side of the entranceway were always so sick. Something that's so bad it's scary, the Chamber of Horrors match. If you know, you know. And also, if we're going to go more kind of modern, not really Halloween related, but the Firefly Funhouse match. It's because of how just absolutely batshit insane that was. So yeah, happy Halloween, you bad motherfuckers.
Alright, so we're talking spooky moments. Speaking of spooky, what about Reggie? He spooked out. Spooky moments in wrestling. Okay, So as a child, first memory is always going to be Paul Bearer's funeral parlor and just like the interviews on there and stuff. But I really remember the first thing that sticks out is Jake the Snake's heel run, which, by the way, does not get nearly enough credit, right, Reggie? Yeah, it doesn't. His run in like 91 to 92 was peak. Oh, it was so good. Like, scared the crap out of me as a kid. Like, Jake Snake biting the Macho Man. Yikes, man. That's always one of the first things I go to. Thinking of scary and spooky moments in wrestling. You gotta mention Halloween Havoc, right? We gotta mention Halloween Havoc. Because, I mean, Halloween Havoc, just the aesthetic of it alone was amazing. Like, the entrance and stuff. Like, oh my gosh, man. I can think of so many, like, Halloween Havocs from, like, 90 to, like, 95, 96, you know, just with the tombstones, entrances, and just the, especially the spin the wheel, make the deals years, like 92, 93, those always stick out. Probably some of my favorite Halloween Havocs, probably some of my favorite WCW pay-per-views. And lastly, I definitely have to mention the late, great Bray Wyatt. Man, his comeback at Extreme Rules that year, like the whole build up to that with like the little Easter eggs and stuff, like nobody had ever done anything like that in pro wrestling. And he left us way too soon. Like, but man, Bray Wyatt's genius lives on. Think about this, like he is the only professional wrestler that I can think of that's actually created something to where it was turned into a haunted house horror like attraction, with them opening up at the Horror Nights in Universal this year, or whatever they call it. But I'll never forget that the door, just everything about it, man, was just so breathtaking, so spooky, if you will. But those are some of my spooky moments in wrestling history. Happy Halloween from Cole TV.
Well, there you have it. Those are just some of the amazing spooky moments throughout the history of pro wrestling. Oh, we got the Fiend with us now, and you can tell I'm supposed to be a blues brother, or like some unemployed coffee shop worker. But take your pick.
I am a
soul
man.
Speaking of soul, we got to talk about this. Super excited about this. How about this past weekend? We had the Marigold Grand Destiny show took place. This is probably their biggest show of the year. A massive main event, a once-in-a-lifetime main event matchup heading into this one, because we got to see two of the all-time great Joshi wrestlers compete one-on-one one more time again. Of course, Io Sky coming over from WWE, competing for one night only to go against Mayo Iwatani. I tell you, dude, this is easily a candidate for match of the year. As good as Io is, and you add Mayo Iwatani into the equation, holy shit, this match went hard. This was truly worthy of a main event, and it, like I say, easily is one of the match of the year candidates, I would say. And oh yeah, it's also our match of the week here this week on PW60. Of course, Io would pick up the win, but man, oh man, talk about greatness, man. Talk about two greats who are at the peak, who are at their probably the greatest that they've been in their prime, going at it one-on-one. This is one of those matchups you just don't get to see often, folks. Of course, if you head on over to Wrestle Universe and pay for it, because yes, this was such a big show, it was a pay-per-view, even if you have the Wrestle Universe app. But well worth, I think it's like 4,000 yen or something, so check it out. But this show was freaking loaded. This show was full of surprises, and one of them we got to talk about here. The Marigold women's title was on the line. Of course, the longtime champion, Utami Hayashita, was defending against, of course, winner of the Grand Prix, Miko Ayano, and she would, in fact, win the championship. She is now your new Marigold World Champion. Congratulations to Miko Ayano, who's had an incredible year. And man, oh man, I'm telling you, like this was another matchup easily could have been match of the week, match of the night for sure. It's like the last 3 matches on this show were so freaking incredible, man. They just kept getting better and better. It's crazy. But this was an incredible matchup. Definitely worth the price of admission. But also on this show as well, I feel like a standout from the Grand Prix was Victoria Yusuzuki, as she had advanced to the finals where she did lose to, of course, Miko Ayano. But she would defeat Mao Sakura for the United National title, which is pretty much the equivalent of like the I don't know, the Intercontinental title or the TNT title. It's like their top tier secondary title, I'd say. So, congratulations to her as well. Just an incredible show overall. You even had Minoru Suzuki compete on this show as a surprise mystery opponent. This was a badass show, and of course, you can catch the replay over of it on Wrestle Universe for 4,000 yen. So, but big night for these young lioness, these up and coming top stars in the world of Joshi wrestling. Really kind of like a changing of the guard, I would say, on this show. So, got to check it out. It's an awesome show. But speaking of the ladies, let's keep talking about them, because in the world of pro wrestling, women's wrestling is killing it right now. And all month in CMLL, they are recognizing this. And this past Friday night, they had the Grand Prix de Amazonas tournament, and it came down to 2 competitors who you're very familiar with, folks, Tekla and Persephone. However, Persephone would prevail and would win the Grand Prix de Amazonas for this year, 2025. Congratulations to her. And guess what? You can catch a replay of this over on Triller TV, but you got to pay $9.99 for that. See, look at me coming at you with telling you where you can find this stuff, how much it costs. I mean, we got you covered here at Pro Wrestling 60. I'm just saying.
You're such a good guy. Just
I know, right?
educating the world.
I know, right? Well, it's that time of the show. Let's go to our good friend Spicy Guac for a spicy take.
Okay. Spicy Guac. I think coffin matches are just overplayed. They had their place in the early 90s. They had their place in the 2000s. But right now, in this post-cinematic era, post-COVID era, why are we still participating in coffin matches? Like, help.
Pardon moi. Yes, that's a good point. Oh, look at you. You're a wizard. You're a wizard, and I'm supposed to be a sexually confused Lothario. So there you go.
Nailed it.
Thank you, my friend. All right, let's talk about Dynamite from this past Wednesday night. Of course, following up after that incredible Wrestle Dream show, and of course, this show, is going to be good because it's got the Mercedes Moné puppet. I'm just saying. Anytime you have the puppet and Harley Cameron, God, she's a treasure, isn't she? But no, let's talk about this show, man, because this was a follow-up from Wrestle Dream. Of course, kicking it off with a big trios title matchup with the Ops retaining against the Hurt Syndicate. And, of course, Samoa Joe just laying it out there. Pretty much he's coming for Hangman. You got to watch your back, Hangman. No matter how badass you are, man, the Ops are coming for you. Also, we got the, of course, big implications in this one, my friend, as it was a 4-way tag team matchup with Megan Bayne and Penelope going up against Sky Blue and Julia, Harley Cameron and Willow Nightingale, and of course Queen Aminata and Jamie Hayter. The winners of this matchup would get to set their first round matchup in the women's tag team title tournament. As yes, all 4 of these teams will be competing, and of course Jamie Hayter and Queen Aminata would pick up the win. Therefore, their first round matchup is going to go against Sky Blue and Julia Hart. So that'll be interesting. We're going to talk about that here a little bit more in a couple more minutes here.
See,
but
I thought this was interesting, especially with like Blood and Guts looming.
Yeah.
Like because you like anticipate like Megan Bayne and Penelope like working with like Julia and Sky Blue, and So
And
interesting.
it is interesting bedfellows indeed. How about Kyle O'Reilly getting a huge win against John Moxley? Now, granted, it was by disqualification, but still, a win is a win. I'm just saying. And of course, the Mercedes Moné celebration. I love how Chris Statlander would get some of revenge there. Of course, she'd be eating cake, but poor Mercedes puppet though ended up getting the cake. Just made me sad. Made this confused, sexy Lothario sad. But I was glad that Mercedes herself actually ate some cake by the end of it as well. So, also we got to talk about the big main event on this one too. Bandito challenging Kazuchika Okada for the Unified Championship. Of course, Okada would retain in an incredible matchup. Well, let's talk about what happened afterwards, B-roll. Takeshita comes out, and the tensions between these two is at an all-time high. Don Callis, I don't see how you're doing it, my friend. You got these two guys, these two studs, these two alphas. What's going to happen here with Takeshita and Okada, B-roll?
So you have Takeshita, and you have Okada. They're just on a collision course.
Oh. I see what you did there. Kind of. That's it. All right, but hey, they are on a collision course. And speaking of collision, I think I get it now. That's your segue into collision. Oh, okay. I was really I was hanging on every word to see what you really thought was going to happen, but that's okay. I like the segue.
For me personally, they should be in like a main event match of it, like Wrestle Kingdom or something crazy like that. But
yeah,
it is what it is.
It is what it is indeed.
Light bulb idea.
Ooh. Don't ask me how I got these beads, by the way. Let's talk about Collision, though, from this past Saturday night, though. Of course, kicked off the show with Hangman Adam Page, more or less just saying, like, you know what, Joe? Fuck you and the ops. You can all come after me. I'm going to whip your ass because I'm all about that cowboy shit. There's some pretty big heavy hitters over there, Hangman. I love you, but I don't know, man. I'm just saying you need to have some backup because the ops are not going to fuck around, my friend. But also on Collision, we got to see Pac one-on-one against Tomohiro Ishii, which I thought that was a great matchup. Speaking of matchups that I love, Tekla against Mina Shirakawa. Oh, that was such a great matchup. What'd you think of the MXM casting call? And you had CMLL's Olympia make your AEW debut. And what do you think of Olympia? Because she is a badass.
Yeah. Gonna be honest. First introduction.
And you're scared.
Yes. Yes, I
am. But yeah, she is a badass, dude. Like you can't deny her. And she's really challenging.
I know for a fact she could beat me up.
I know she could beat me up too. I think she could beat up just about anybody. And she's going to get a chance this Saturday to beat up Mercedes Moné for that TBS championship. Excited about that. Mercedes, I'll be watching it. But Olympia, incredible athlete. Great to see her and competing in all elite wrestling. But let's talk about that main event, that big, what was it? Was it $40,000 8-man tag or something? I forget. It was a money matchup. And the Young Bucks teaming with FTR of all teams going up against Jet Speed and Jurassic Express. But the Bucks couldn't get it done. Still, they are broke. You still think they got the $37? They probably spent it by now, wouldn't you think?
It's probably in gas money alone these days. I mean.
Oh, yeah. They're probably in the negative. Probably living off credit cards and an extreme credit card debt. Like the rest of America.
We know that like you can't go to McDonald's and like McDouble and McChicken, it ain't even $1.
Oh, dude, yeah, you can't even do that for $1 anymore, man. What's up with that shit?
Like,
that's some bullshit.
Times are hard.
The times are hard, my friend. But nonetheless, Jurassic Express and then Jet Speed picking up the win. I do like how did you notice how Jungle Jack Perry, I should say, gave a little bit of money to I think to one of the Bucks. Like he slipped him like $100 bill or something. It's like, here you go.
Here you go.
Maybe he took it and put it on Rev 5. Who knows? So, but
Never know.
you never know. But we talked about it earlier. It's official. We do have the brackets for the AEW Women's World Tag Team Championship Tournament, which will take place these next couple of weeks on AEW television. Of course, we know in the first round, it is going to be Queen Aminata and Jamie Hayter teaming up to take on the Sisters of Sin, Sky Blue and Julia Hart. A lot going on in that matchup, a lot of revenge, and a lot that will probably lead to blood and guts. But on the other side of this, the winner of that will meet the winner between Willow Nightingale and Harley Cameron. And look at this team, Mercedes Moné and Athena.
What?
I'm a little surprised with that one. Like, what happened with Billy Starks, man? Like, I thought Billy Starks and Athena would have been a team, but she's dumping her for Mercedes. I don't get it. Huh? What's up with that?
Maybe it's all about the CEO wanting some more gold or something.
Oh, I have no doubt Mercedes is, but Athena, I'm looking at you. What the hell? What the hell, man? So, well, on the other side of the brackets here, we've got this unique tandem of Alex Windsor and Riho teaming up, and we'll take on Tony Storm and Mina Shirakawa. Obviously, who they have a lot to fight for, as both unsuccessfully walking out of Wrestle Dream with championship gold. So they could be looking to get some gold back around those ways. And rounding out the tournament, we have Megan Bain and Penelope Ford going up against Ty J, who I think Ty J is kind of a sentimental favorite for a lot of people. That, to me, honestly, along with the Aminata and Hayter matchup, that's the most intriguing first-round matchup, I feel like, here. Because, really, I could see both those teams advancing.
See, I would have thought that Tony and Mina would have been on one side of the bracket, and that Ty J would have been on the other side of the bracket.
Yeah, I don't know. Like in the finals, I don't know. This could go multiple ways. This is gonna be a very interesting tournament. To see who will be crowned the inaugural AEW Women's World Tag Team Champions. But we'll find out over these coming weeks, so it'll be interesting to see. And let's talk about Full Gear, which, hey, it's really right around the corner when you think about it. Coming up Saturday, November 22nd, live on pay-per-view. And we already know Chris Statlander will be putting her AEW Women's World Championship on the line against Mercedes Moné as she continues her conquest to win more gold. Hell, Mercedes probably going to win about 2 more belts before we get to Full Gear. But we also know there's some big matches on Dynamite this week. There will be a 4-way match to determine the number 1 contender for the AEW Men's World title and a 4-way tag match to determine the number 1 contenders for the AEW Men's Tag Team titles. So we'll have some updates for you here on the weeks to come as we get closer and closer to Full Gear. Like I say, buddy, it is right around the corner. And I can tell you, I think it's going to be another great show. Cannot wait. Already with Mercedes and Chris. Just Chris has to win. If Chris does not win, we riot. I'm just saying. Throwing that out there. Well, let's talk about Ring. Let's flip the script here now, and let's talk about Ring of Honor here for a minute as we talk about Honor Club from this past Thursday. Kicked off the show with Angelico one-on-one against Mascarade Dorada. Also, how about this new trios team of Jay Lethal, Tommy Billington, and Adam Priest? I'm kind of digging what they're putting down. They got a big win against the Dark Order from this past Thursday. Also, your girl Deonna Purrazzo was in action in another pure women's matchup. And got a big win. Maybe this is why Athena dumped Billy, because Billy Starks lost a tag team match this past week. But it's not her. It's not Billy's fault. I mean, they were going pretty much against Yuka Sakazaki and Alex Windsor. So I'm just saying. You also had this new unique tandem of Isla Dawn and the Grizzled Young Veterans were in action, picking up a big win. And I know you love this. Griff Garrison from the Frat House in the main event going one-on-one against Commander. But
Who?
you're looking kind of what? Why are you looking at me like that?
Who the fuck is Griff Garrison?
And there it is. You're welcome. Yes. But nonetheless, you can catch a replay of Ring of Honor's Honor Club on their Honor Club site or their channel, whatever you want to call it.
See, that
Streaming
joke is like
platform.
that joke is like the definition of everybody gets one.
Yeah, right, exactly. So, well, hey, I love this promotion. I've been talked about them a couple weeks ago. WXW started their 25th anniversary tour this past week. They had a big matchup for the tag team championships with Planet Gorgia retaining their tag team titles against the Grind. Remember, the Grind had defeated them in the Grand Prix tournament about a month ago. It upset them in the second round. So the rematch was here on this show. You can catch a replay of this over on Triller TV. And WXW will be continuing touring the rest of the year throughout Germany and Europe. Well, it's that time of the show. Let's go to Brian with Brian's random moment of the week here on PW60.
In the words of Peter Gabriel at the beginning of the song Big Time, hi there. Yeah, back again for Brian's random moment of the week. Pretend the hat's there, it's not, but slick it up kind of good, sort of. Yeah, anyway, cool. Hope you're having a great week, and for the random moment of the week, no pun intended or whatever, I'm trying to sound funny, but I'm not, that's okay. And we're going to make do with it. So, looking back in the history of wrestling, as I do quite often with the What If series, I want to look back at the incredible career of Brody Lee, aka Luke Harper. A man who definitely should have won a world championship somewhere, and that brings me to the subject of this video. We know he had the run with the TNT title and the amazing series of matches with Cody in AEW. So, quite simply this, as leader of the Dark Order, what if Brody Lee would have won the AEW world title? He had that matchup with Jon Moxley, let's say he won it then, or maybe if he hadn't passed away so early and we didn't lose such a great person, father, and wrestler, what if he would have won it later? Who do you think he would have beat to win the title at what point? So, there you go. Just have fun with that one. Use your creativity in your brain and percolate something like some coffee. Coffee sounds good right now. Anytime is a great time for coffee. And for Brian's House of Random and for PW60. So, for the random moment of the week, give me your answer to this question. What if Brody Lee would have won the AEW world title? When do you think he would have won it? Who would he have beat? All that good stuff. Comment below. Let us know.
Thank you so much, Brian. And yes, I am now Brett, the Hitman Hart. Can't you tell? I mean, look how great I am. Although this mask is creepy as hell, man. And you're a Viking, I think.
Yes.
Or something. Ah, well. It's so hard to breathe in this thing. Oh, God. Okay. Sorry, Brett. I am not the best there is and was. Plus, this is vintage. So, yeah. Well, hey, let's talk about the Super Junior Tag League, which is underway. So much better. Super Junior Tag League is underway in New Japan Pro Wrestling. We got an update for you on the blocks now. Over in A block, Doki and Sho, they're in a tie but it does get much better because the tie is with Yo and Master Wato. Also, you got Taguchi and Dia with 2 points, as well as Hiromi and Geto. And Templorero and Jacob Austin Young have got 2. And then you got Clark Connors and Daika Naigo with nothing. Now, over on B Block's side of things, we have got Robbie Eagles and Kosi Fujita is leading the way with 6. I don't think a real big surprise there. But you do got Kushida and Yuka Yoshoki, as well as Taiji Ishimori and Robbie X with 4. And then you do got at least Dick Togo and El Desperado and Kuka on the board with 2. And we do have a team that had to withdraw. Tiger Mask and Yamamoto is out officially of the tournament, so anybody facing them is automatically going to get a bye or 2 points. So that'll be continue on the next couple weeks here in New Japan Pro Wrestling. We'll keep you up to date with what's going on in the world of the Super Junior Tag League. Now, this is fascinating, my friend. One big work, the Karrion Kross documentary is officially out now. It was released this past Monday. And I got to tell you, this is an incredible documentary. Have you had a chance to watch it yet?
I have not yet.
You need to get on it, my friend, because it is an incredible documentary. You can catch it on his YouTube channel, man. I swear, this documentary is so good is afterwards, I immediately wanted to go out and read Moby Dick. If you watch the documentary, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. You look confused, B-roll.
Okay, no, I trust the process. It is on my list of things to watch.
There you go. So, well, you can catch it over on Karrion Kross's YouTube channel right now. This is some sad news. Nick Gage is out indefinitely. He's entered a treatment program, which I can tell you, honestly, when I saw him at the GCW show there in Jersey, when he came back at the anniversary show, you could just tell, like, something was up. Poor guy. I mean, he's went through so much, lost his partner of so many years earlier this year. I'm glad he's realized, he needs help and that he's getting the help he needs. And we love Nick Gage. We here at PW60, man. It's MDK all day, every day. We want to wish you the best, man. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're getting better. You're getting healthy and getting things figured out, man. Because I can't even fathom what all he's went through this past year. But we want to give a huge shout out to Nick Gage, man. We love you, and we're missing you, and we're thinking about you, my friend. Okay, now this is okay. This I didn't see coming. This wasn't on my bingo card. Marco Stunt, of course, formerly of Jurassic Express and AEW. He unfortunately had to retire, but now he's found a new career path. He is selling cars. I gotta say, man, like his spunk I saw in his videos and stuff. He, I think he could sell some cars, man. I'd buy a car off Marco Stunt. What about you?
Hell yeah, I'd buy a car off Marco Stunt.
Well, that being said, we've got our good buddy, the Best Scout Machine, who's got some thoughts on this, as Marco Stunt being a new job being a car salesman. So let's go to the Best Scout Machine.
P-Dub City is I the BGM, and I'm just astonished to hear that Mr. Fun Size himself got a new job as a car salesman.
Incoming!
The hell?
Ah! Yes, it's I, Marty Hyman, and I'm just so happy about Marco Stunt becoming a car salesman. Good boy, happy's gig work. And so am I. I'm getting work here at P-Dub City.
Incoming!
Excuse me?
Ah, yes, it's I, Alabaster Lugosi, famed horror movie host and failed urologist, and I'm here to talk about Marco Stunt, Mr. Fun Size. You know what that means? I could fold him up and insert him inside of my anal cavity.
Your anus has cavities! Mine has what we would call polyps.
That sounds absolutely erotic and macabre. I like it. We should party and get down, especially since it's Halloween week on Cold TV.
Does this Cold TV have a breakfast menu?
Ah, yes, sensuality on What?
Speaking of fun-sized, I once almost choked on a fun-sized Snickers. Now I'm no longer able to go into the White House.
What kind of party? What kind of organization do you run here, BGM?
Gout?
I did not invite a single one of you here. Oh, there goes Marty. Marty's ringing again. Oh my, those are just the biggest hips you've ever seen on a man, I know.
Childbearing hips!
See? Well, now that he's gone, do you want to get a gasoline-soaked rag and inhale it for hours on end while we watch horror movies and some Halloween Havoc wrestling pay-per-views? There is nothing else in this world I would want than to watch pay-per-views with you while sniffing a gasoline-soaked rag. Come aboard, Alabaster. I had the time of my life, and I owe it all to
Happy Halloween!
Yes, I swear.
Oh, to be or not to be? That is the question. Yes, I'm talking to my skull, and yes, I'm now Macho Man Randy Savage. If he ate another Macho Man Randy Savage. I'm kind of a big guy. And where'd you go, B-Roll? What are you doing?
Dramatic reveal.
Your B-Roll.
It's the scariest costume I could think of.
Oh, well, I think it's pretty. I'm just saying.
Well, either that or I ran out of gimmicks. One or the other. We'll let the crowd decide.
Well, hey, this is exciting news as we officially found out GCW's The Collective will be teaming up with the first time ever with WrestleCon. As both events will emulate from the Horseshoe in Las Vegas. This will take place April 15th to the 19th. And I can tell you right now, man, I already got a room booked for this, so I'm excited about it. We're going to be there live and in color. It's going to be a great, great collective. I'm so excited. But the fact that it's also with WrestleCon, that's going to be really cool, man, I think. Horseshoe, for any you long-time old heads like me from Vegas or familiar with Vegas, used to be Bally's. It was Bally's for years. So it's a great spot right in the middle of the strip. Literally, you couldn't ask for a better spot. I mean, you can they've got the tram runs through there and stuff. So you'll be easily able to access other events and stuff all throughout the Vegas Boulevard. It's going to be an awesome time, man. I thought it was great last year at the Palms, but I think it's going to somehow even be better this year as they are headed to the Horseshoe on the main strip. Cannot wait. And, of course, we'll have a lot more information for this as long as this comes along because, obviously, we're several months away from this. But stay tuned here on PW6 with all the info coming your way on The Collective and WrestleCon. Well, it's that time of the show. It's our Indie Spotlight where we always spotlight one of the fun top indie promotions or wrestlers going on in the world of independent wrestling. We want to give a huge shout out this week to our good friends over at the JWA, who's getting back in the saddle again, as they will hold what usually is their biggest show of the year. Their Thanksgiving Throwdown will be taking place on Wednesday, November the 26th, the day before Thanksgiving this year, and it'll be at the Holiday Inn. I think this is the first time they're doing it from at the Holiday Inn. And I don't know if you saw this B-roll, but they did just announce the Brothers of Funstruction are going to be there.
I saw it.
Why isn't that graphic up here? Come on. You know you want to see them.
No, I don't. No.
Are you sure?
Quite possibly the worst tag team going today. In my
No,
opinion.
B-roll.
Not because I'm scared of them or anything.
B-roll. Well, nonetheless, if you are in the Janesville area, you got to check out JWA's Thanksgiving Throwdown coming to you the day before Thanksgiving. What better way to kick off the holiday season with some good old wrestling action?
I'm just saying, the only clowns I'm down with is Psycho Clown and the Joker.
Okay. Well, on a lighter side, in sadder news, we lost another great wrestler this past week in the world of pro wrestling. Bobby Horn, a lot of you who know as Mo from Men on a Mission, unfortunately did pass away. Looked like he'd been having some health issues these past couple years, so you hate to see this. But you know he's up there in that squared circle in the sky right now with all of his brothers and sisters. So we here at PW60, we want to wish the family of Bobby Horn our condolences as we've lost another great in the world of pro wrestling. And lastly, we got to talk about this. There's a lot of rumors going around B-roll about who could be the last opponent of Hiroshi Tanahashi at the Tokyo Dome. I have my theories. I think there's a couple ways you can do it, but there's one that the particular fans are really gravitating towards, and I don't know. B-roll, a lot of people are talking. They think potentially it could end up being the Ace one-on-one in his last matchup against maybe his oldest rival to date, Shinsuke Nakamura. I'm not sure how they could do that because obviously there's a strong working relationship with New Japan and AEW. I don't know if WWE would really allow Nakamura to work an event like this, especially considering that the likely scenario is Takeshita is probably going to go into the Tokyo Dome as the IWGP champion, who is a contracted AEW star. So I don't know. I think I'm not going to be shocked if speaking of the man himself, if Takeshita is the one to face Tanahashi in his last match. There's also rumors of it could be Okada, could be Kenny Omega. So many different names thrown out there.
Could be best scout machine.
Could be the best scout machine. You never know, man. You never know. But we're gonna find out soon enough because we're getting closer and closer to the Tokyo Dome, my friend. Matter of fact, I'd say here in the next month or so, we're probably gonna know who that opponent is gonna be. It's gonna be very interesting to see who the Ace wrestles one last time. You have a theory?
Well, I just wondered if one more time you could tell me where this event was taking place.
Oh, it's in Tokyo, Japan.
What arena?
Oh, it's in the Tokyo Dome.
Thank you by
There,
calling
you
it
get-
by its,
you get-
by its proper name.
You get that one too as well, my friend. You're welcome. So, but yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see. I mean, I think there's a lot of ways you can go. I mean, there's also some young line. I mean, another name I think you can throw out there is Gabe Kidd. I'd be shocked if Gabe Kidd ends up being the one to wrestle Tanahashi. So, I don't know.
A year ago, I probably would have said Shooter, but I'm not really saying that now. But
Another name I've heard is Katsuri Shibata. That would be an interesting matchup. I mean, there's a long history between those guys. So, hell, you could even throw Goto in there too. I mean, there's a long history with Goto. I mean, everybody and their mother is going to be wanting to step up to the plate and face the Ace in their last match in Hiroshi Tanahashi's historic last match.
if I was a betting man, I think it's Takeshita, and it's almost like a changing of the guard, if you will.
Let me ask you this: if that happens, and let's say it's for the IWGP Championship, do you think they send off the Ace with a swan song, and he once again is holding that belt high in the Tokyo Dome? Could it happen? Could Tanahashi do the unthinkable?
I could see it happening.
I wouldn't be shocked.
He is the president.
But I mean, it's that time-honored tradition too of going out on your back, right? So I mean, like you want to put over the next great up-and-coming young talent. I mean, I don't know. Is that a Shoto Umino? Is that a Yosa Tsuji? I mean, we already got Tsuji going against Tanahashi coming up here in a couple of weeks, so I don't think they've run that back. Do you do Yua Uemura? Do you do Ren Narita? I mean, there's a plethora of options there, man.
It is. I don't think it's Okada. I feel like that's one that I would feel like I would cross off the list.
Really?
I don't feel like it's Okada.
I feel like he's kind of one of the prime candidates, honestly. But I don't know, man. Crazier things have happened, so we'll see what happens. Like I say, we'll have it here on Pro Wrestling 60 because I'm sure it's going to be a matter of just a couple of weeks probably before we know who is Tanahashi's last match going to be. Well,